Hello, I'm Geno from Music Villa. Today we're going to talk about the new Blackstar Unity Series Bass amps. Flat out fun amplifiers. What I find a lot of times with bass amps is by company almost, you have this kind of tone that they have. And the fun thing about the Unities, the little bit of time we've had them in here and got to play with them, is they're kind of chameleons. You can make them sound like different things. What Blackstar's done with these, Blackstar does a really great modeling thing. A lot of companies will do modeling on the front of the amplifier to make an amplifier kind of sound a certain way. Blackstar has developed this technology where they actually voice the power amp section of the amplifier. And this actually works really well. It has the amplifier actually respond a little bit differently. And I didn't honestly memorize the types of tubes here, but there's two different tube emulations that are in here, and then a straight solid state kind of emulation. What you heard at the front end there was what they call the overdrive setting. And I kind of like that. I put a little bit, it's got a compressor on it. What we have here today is we have the 8-inch 30 watt, which is the one I'm plugged into because we're in our tiny little studio here. So I get a lot more low end if I plugged into a bigger one. The 10-inch 60 watt, we don't have yet, but they're all on order. There's a 100 watt 12-inch, and we're going to do a 210, which I think is some crazy amount, like 500 watts. So that's what we're going to actually model here at the Villa. We are going to spin these around. I'm going to show you some things on the back in just a second here. But let's listen to a couple sounds first. So that's obviously our overdrive sound. They call these two different things, and I'm going to take a minute to just fiddle with these because they're just too much fun. My favorite setting is probably the compressor off. And on the modern setting, I'm going to leave this pretty much flat because I kind of like to have that little bit of snap. Might even get a little high end. You can tell the EQ really works here. Also, you have a sweepable mid on here, and you know, a lot of folks actually ask me what that's for. I'm going to show you really quick because I never do this. I'm going to turn the mid-range volume all the way up, and then it actually has a frequency control. It sounds like a wah-wah, right? So you can actually find something. Let's say we find something we don't like. Let's just say I don't like that. That's flat, and I'm going to scoop it out. With it back in. So you can really change your voicing here. So that's the modern setting. And then there's a classic setting, which you might think would be rumbly, but it actually has a little bit less low end. A little bit more directional, a little bit more in your face. And then the fun button here, they actually put coursing on this amp. So that's really... It's a fun effect. So a lot in a small package here. So there's also the last knob on here is actually a pad for your active basses. I'm using an active bass. I tend to prefer those. So that's all the features on the 30. The 30 and the 60 are the same. As we go into the larger amplifiers, there's some other features, but they're basically more control over what we just talked about. Let's look at the back of the amp. All right, so the back of the unit here, there's a foot switch in for turning your chorus on and off. You have an MP3 line in, which is great for practicing along with music. This is what's really great about these amplifiers. You have a full-blown line out, either 1/4 inch to go directly to a recorder, or a balance to go into a recorder or into the PA system, so you can do a gig with this and run it into the mains. You have a ground lift. Every once in a while you have problems with buzzing. That'll fix that. And a level control. This looks like a push-in, but it's actually a little potentiometer for setting the level, and we should leave that all halfway up so it works. This last jack on the back is very, very interesting. Blackstar also added to the line a single 15 powered cabinet. This cabinet link is actually made for that cabinet. So you can have any one of these products, and for a discounted price there, you can get a single 15 with a bunch of power to add to your sound. So anyhow, that's a really quick look at our brand new Unity Series Blackstar bass amps that we have in the store. Please come on in and check them out.